Hi, welcome to my channel, Sponge and Stamp with Tina. I'm Tina Carini, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Byron, Georgia. So I was making my thank you cards this morning, and I was using the March Paper Pumpkin Kit, Memorable Meadows, and I thought that I would share it with you because I'm kind of changing it up a little bit. It is an alternative. So, and I'm only using a couple of different products that aren't included in the kit. And it's very quick and simple, I think. And I'm pretty sure that you're going to like it. So I'm going to switch down to the desktop here. I'm going to bring in a piece of scrap to protect my desk. And then what I've got is I took one of the card bases, which this is the one we're using. I took the card base, I cut it in half, and then I trimmed it down to 5¼ by 4. And then I was looking at it and I'm like, okay, so what color of card base would I like to use with it? So I said, let's try some garden green, because the ink spot that comes in the kit was garden green, and there's a lot of garden green in this piece. So I put that together and I said, wow, I really do like how that looks. And then I'm like, it looks very late spring, early summer. So then I just started thinking in my head, well, what is early spring or late spring, early summer? And I go, April showers bring May flowers. So I thought, well, how am I going to get rain on here? Like sprinkles. And I thought, well, you have the raindrop embossing folder. So I ran it through that, and I really love the way it turned out, except for I wanted to put a little shimmer to it because raindrops are wet, they're shimmery. And so I brought out my Wink of Stella, and I just brushed, I gotta bring down my glasses here. I just brushed on some Wink of Stella on the embossed raindrops. And I thought, wow, that's really pretty. I really like that a lot. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on here, the shimmer. You might be able to, but there's some shimmer with the raindrops. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to adhere this down. I'm just going to use some tape runner here. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. It's a love-hate relationship with this thing. Sometimes it works really well, and other times I have to give it a little help, but it's okay. And then we're just going to center this on this piece of, wait, are we? No, I'm not. So I'm going to bring in a piece of petal pink, almost got ahead of myself, ribbon. I got this ribbon, it comes in a combo pack with lemon lime twist. And we're just going to put that right at the edge of where that tree line is. And I'm going to wrap this around, and hopefully I got some sticky where I want that to go. And then we're just going to do like so. And there is no sticky there. So we're going to put some sticky there. We're going to get this thing going here. We're just going to stick some sticky. How many times can she say stick some sticky? All right. So there we go. Straighten that up, flip that around, and now we're ready to add this to my card base, to the card base. Okay, so I am going to just, again, try to center this. Even edges all the way around, try to. And I think I'm pretty happy with that. So there we go. So now we've got that so far. Isn't that pretty? Now what I did is I had die cut from, what dies did I use? I used the dies from the Thoughtful Expressions, and I used this shape right here, and I used the smallest one, and I just ran that through my die machine, my stamp and cut and emboss machine, and I got this. And then I thought, we're just going to use the ink that comes in the kit, which is the garden green. And it, coordinates with the garden green card base. And I'm using a sentiment that is in the stamp set that came in the kit. And this stamp set says a heartfelt thanks. So I'm just going to ink that up, which I don't think it looks very inked up very good. So we're going to try it again. All right. And I'm just going to try to center that on there the best I can. I'm just going to hold that down just to let that soak into our paper. I'm going to put some embellishments, not embellishments. What are these things? Dimensionals. I'm tired. It's been a long day and I have had a horrible time trying to film this. The filming just had such a horrible lag, choppiness in the frames. And last night I did a live stream on the paper pumpkin, and halfway through it started freezing really bad. So, and then I was planning on doing the card that it started freezing on in this, but because I was having such a hard time with this, I ran out of labels to do them that came in the kits. But I'm going to still try to show you guys a little bit on how to do it. All right, so then I used the butterfly from, I believe this is from the Meadows dies. It also has a smaller butterfly that has its wings together. So I chose this, and this is done in fresh freesia. And I'm going to take my glue dots, and I'm just going to put one on the bottom right-hand side of my butterfly's wing because I just want to attach it right there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our basic rhinestones because I don't really want too much to compete with the Wink of Stella that's on the raindrops. And so we're just going to use the little ones, and we're just going to put 2 of them on there, just like so. So that is the outside of our card. So isn't that pretty? I just think that that's so pretty and so simple, and you can whip a whole bunch of these up. Just now, each one that you do will be a little different because of the background. Because like this one, let me show you. This one has that. So let me show you a finished one. We have that one, and then there's this one. So they're each going to look a little different because of you're using the front and the back, and there's 3 different styles. So, but they're all so very pretty. All right, so now we're just going to do the inside. So when I trimmed the card down, I kept one of the shavings off of there, and I'm going to bring in a basic white here, and this is 4 by 5 1/4, so it's going to go on the inside of her card. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down on the side like so. So we're going to bring in, I'm going to use my liquid glue for this. And we're just going to glue this down. And whatever hangs over, we'll just trim it off. If I can get it to come out. I'm trying to get every drop out of this before I open another bottle. But it looks like I just might have to open another bottle. Let's see if I can. Well, it might be clogged too. Well, let me see. Do I have another one? You know what? I have this. Let's just use this because I don't want to change one out and take more time. So we'll just do this. And this has just got Tombow Mono liquid glue in here. So I'm just going to put this right along there. I'm going to close this back up so that it doesn't dry out. And now we're going to do just like this. So this is going to go down here. I'm going to leave just a little bit of edge on the side. I think that's about how much I want. So just like that. It's not quite long enough, but I think it's going to be all right. It'll be all right. Now I'm going to come in and I'm going to bring in this stamp right here. This is in our stamp set 2 that came in it. I'm going to use some Gorgeous Grape. Actually, no, because our butterfly is, let me see, maybe I can just stamp it off and it will be, yeah, we're just going to stamp it off. I was going to use Highland Heather, but I think we'll just stamp that off. And we're going to put that right there. And isn't that pretty? And now it's ready to adhere to the inside of our card. And then we're almost done because we're going to decorate our envelope. Oops. See, I tell you, this stuff. All right, so now I'm going to just put that in here centered up. All right, just like so. And then there's our card. So we can use one of the envelopes, or we can just bring in an envelope, one of our envelopes here, which is what I think I'm going to do. And then we're going to stamp the flower on the outside as well. I'm going to ink that up. I'm going to stamp that off. And I'm going to put it right here, just like so. So that works. And then you can still write your address, your return address, and then there you go. So that is going to be my thank you cards, or is my thank you cards for this month. So let me show you what I did. Let me move this out of the way too. So this was the card, if I can find it real quickly. I got so frustrated with trying to film it. We're going to be using this. So what did I do with it? I really hate when that happens. Ah, where's my sample card? Here it is. Well, this isn't actually the one. This is the, what did I do with it? I have misplaced it. Out of all my confusion trying to film this one little video all day today and dealing with lagging issues and choppy frames and I've lost it. I don't know what I've done with it. All right, so anyway, I have still pictures in my Facebook page, Sponge and Stamp with Tina, and there's also a small picture of it on the YouTube thumbnail too. So the original card that I was doing last night was petal pink base, card base, and then we stamped the grouping of flowers or daisies in the crumb cake, and I stamped the sentiment in crumb cake as well. I really need to find it because here's this. We're going to have to use this because this is what I ran out of because you only get 4 of them. And I kind of used them all up. So what I did is this piece right here, all it is the envelope. See, so it's got design all the way in there, and it is so pretty. So I'm not going to tear this envelope up because I may want to use it as an envelope, but all I did was I took it down to 7/8 of an inch and trimmed that off. And then I flipped it over and did the same thing on this end, 7/8 of an inch. And then I trimmed off this white. And then I took my paper snips and I just went along the curvature of the sticky, shiny part for sealing the envelope. And then I cut it down to 5 1/4. So that's what I did to get this. So now what we're going to do is this is the thing here. I've already stamped it. I stamped it in Gorgeous Grape. I took my Wink of Stella. Well, no, I didn't take my Wink of Stella yet. So in the stamp set also is these little center dots. So I inked them up in Gorgeous Grape and I stamped the smaller one there. And then I stamped the larger one here. And then I took my Wink of Stella and just colored in the centers just to give them a little bit of shine. And that is really pretty there. All you have to do is just put a sentiment on that as well. But I really wanted, last night I did the little thing, the die cut for the label, and I put that on there like so. And I think that that looks so very cute. So that's what I did there. So let me take the backs off of that. And then we're going to do this. Now on my original card, I used petal pink ribbon, the same ribbon that we just used. I just tied a bow. That's on there a little crooked. I just tied a bow on there and put it right here with a glue dot. But I don't think I want to use petal pink with this. I also used these right here, these rainbow back adhesives. I used the petal pink big centers and put those in the centers of the flowers instead of stamping them. But I didn't have anything that I really thought was going to really pop really well. So I just stamped these, and it's just showing different ways to do it. I tied a bow in our gingham ribbon, which sadly is going to be retiring. And I am so, so sad about it because I absolutely do love it. I'm just going to trim this just a little bit. Oops. I think my ribbon scissors are starting to get a little dull. Or dull. And I am going to put a glue dot on that. And I am just going to put it right there. I'm sorry if you guys hear howling. My son and his fiance just left, and their dog is going to start howling. Now all we're going to do is use the iridescent sequins that came in the kit. And we're just going to add those around and about on here. So there's really no rhyme or reason on where I want to place them. So I've got those on there. So I don't know if you can see that or not. Hopefully you can. But that's that. So that's all we're going to do with that. Now you could use the stamp set that is a bonus stamp set that comes in here. And it's got filler images. So you could fill in the leaves, the flowers, and you can really make it stand out. But I chose not to do that. I really like the simplicity of it. So then we're going to bring in another card base. This again is 4 by 5 1/4. Now I have a piece of, boy, he's really howling. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. He's so pitiful. So this is trimmed off of that envelope. So save all your pieces because you never know what you can use them for. And I'm going to put that at the bottom, but I'm kind of going to guess where I want that to go. And we're going to stamp this in Gorgeous Grape because, wow. Hold on just 1 second. I was hoping maybe I could holler at him and tell him to stop, that he would stop, but he's not. I'm so sorry. I just cannot get through a video today without an issue. I tell you. Oh, I wanted to do this full strength because the flower on the front of the card is full strength. And I'm just going to place that right there. And then I am going to close this up. And then this is not cut straight. So we need one that's cut straight right here. So just like so, I am going to take my glue again. I'm going to use this one. We're not even going to waste time on it. All right. And then we're just going to flip this down. I'm going to put it right about there. And right about there, come down just a little bit more. I think that's about straight. And then we're going to just trim that off just like we did the other one we didn't have to trim off, did we? because it was pretty much the same size. All right, so there we go. That's done. Now we're just going to put that right in the inside of our card. I'm just going to use a little bit of this for right now. That will work just fine. And we're going to put this in here. And then the envelope, you can do the same thing. Just stamp your little flower on the outside of your envelope. And voila, you have beautiful alternatives where you really stretch how many cards you get in this kit. So nice. I love this kit a lot. Okay, there we go. So what do you guys think? And I was going to ask you which was your favorite, this one or the original one, but I honestly have misplaced the original one in a very, very short time because I just had it right before the video. I have no idea what I've done with it. I told you, I was about ready to pull my hair out with this lagging stuff. You know how that goes. I have no idea what I did with it. All right, so we did that one, and then we've done this one as alternatives. So comment in the comments and tell me what you think and how you like them. Please share this video and give me a thumbs up. That really helps me out a lot. I have a goal that by the end of the year, I'd really like to reach 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And if you're watching this from Facebook, thank you so very much. And I hope that this helped with the freezing with this card. And I will see you next time. Okay, doodles.